Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Candidate Forum. Our desire is to create informed voters by giving the Plant City community an opportunity to meet every candidate on their ballot.
At the Greater Plant City Chamber of Commerce, we are a connector and convener in the community of current and rising leaders. When we all work together, we are Plant City Strong.
This event would not be possible without community involvement. We would like to thank Tampa Electric, Fried Egg Productions, South Florida Baptist Hospital, the Hillsborough County Farm Bureau, and the many other generous supporters.
Without further ado, let's hear from this candidate.
Hello, my name is Sophia Hyde, and I'm with the Greater Plant City Chamber of Commerce. This year, our Government Affairs Committee has prepared a few questions for every candidate on the ballot that's running for a position that will represent residents in the Plant City community. Today, I'm here with Sandra Murman, who is running for County Commission District 6. Commissioner Murman, will you please give us a quick introduction of yourself so our viewers can get to know you?
Absolutely, would love to. I am Sandy Murman. I am currently the County Commissioner for District 1, and I am running for District 6. And how I got started in this political world is I got very involved back in the 1980s, if you can believe back that far, with just helping with child abuse issues and becoming a very serious advocate to help children that were abused or neglected. And then somebody noticed me in some meeting and said, you need to run for the legislature. So I had a really great 8 years in the Florida House of Representatives. Rose was the first Republican woman as Speaker Pro Tem. And I'm just very proud of everything I accomplished, dealt mostly in the healthcare areas. So that's, and then I termed out. I wasn't planning on staying in politics per se, because I was very devoted to children's issues and children's causes. I really raised a lot of money to build the new Children's Museum in downtown Tampa. That was my project, and was very successful. And it's a great museum. In fact, we're going to be opening a little branch in Plant City with the Children's Board. So I'm very, very excited about that opportunity going forward. And, because we can service so many more families out in our county. And then again, somebody noticed me one day and said, you should run for the county commission. And in 2010, I did do that. And actually, I've had a great 10 years. Really, I'm a problem solver. I like to get the job done, very action oriented. And I think in terms of solving the homeless issues, transportation, small business, the drug problem, which is huge in our county, opioid abuse, affordable housing, mental health and substance abuse, I think were two of the ones that I've really spent a lot of time on. And again, on child abuse, I've rewritten all of the child welfare rules and policies for the county going forward. And so I'm very proud. I'd like to give back to this community. I actually, I think it's very important, even as a public servant, to be more of a servant leader and just give back whenever you can into the community, whether it's children's issues or whatever your cause is. That is something very important. I still sit on many, many boards that serve this community, and proud of what we've accomplished over the last year. So excited to be here in Plant City. I thank all the residents and all the members of the Plant City Chamber of Commerce for everything you've done to help our community thrive, our economy thrive, and just move forward.
Thank you. So why are you running for the District 6 County Commission seat?
Well, there's some very big issues out there. One of them's transportation. I think over the last 10 years, one thing I pride myself in is that I was always out in the community talking to citizens, doing roundtables, doing outreaches in the libraries. I have a very active newsletter that goes out to many, many citizens in our community. I'm constantly polling to see how people feel about the issues. Um, and there's issues that just have not been solved. As a district commissioner, I spent a good deal of time with constituent issues in my district, and that's a big district. You know, we're almost 1.5 million people now, and we are growing still. As you know, in Plain City, you guys are growing faster, probably one of the fastest growing communities we have. And all that you've developed along the I-4 corridor is really, you know, I applaud all the efforts and, you know, everything that you've done in that regard. But no, I think that there's just some major issues. Business and small business jobs, job growth has got to continue. It's got to be help our citizens any way we can. Even with the COVID crisis, we have 100,000 people that are unemployed in our community. And I think it's extremely important that we do everything we can to get them the services they need, if it's help pay their rent while they're looking for that job to get reemployed and get back into the community. Also, just I think smart growth policies as compared to my opponent, I think, where it's no growth. I think the people are going to come here whether we want to or not because they love it. And so we've got to find a place for them to live, but it's got to be in an area, maybe, and we need to concentrate more on redevelopment. But it's got to be smart growth policies, work with our developers to provide the roads, the infrastructure that's needed to really have good growth policies, good smart growth policies here in our community. And I think one of the other issues is our homeless, which is a big countywide issue. We need to do more for our homeless. And I've been working hard on that 10 years. And I think where we're at right now is we're getting people into housing. We established a housing first model way back, you know, in 2012. And that is get the homeless, even the hard chronic homeless, get them into some kind of stable housing and wrap services around them so that they can get back on their feet or stay on services to stay stable. I think that's with the homeless is the stability and consistency in their life and really help them feel like they're worth something. And that's, you know, since we've been in COVID, I've spent the last 4 weeks going down to feed the homeless downtown in Tampa at First Presbyterian Church. And honestly, as I've gotten to know these people, I've known the homeless problem, but after talking to the people that are still not in houses, and we are down to small numbers of homeless on our streets. So we've done a good job, but we need to do more. And I'm really working with our group right now to come up with solutions to do that. But it does involve services. You cannot do anything for homeless without having for services. And then the opioid epidemic is actually since COVID, drug use has skyrocketed. And so we have to provide more beds for the substance abusers in the community. So it's a lot, but I'm excited to stay and take on the bigger challenges and looking forward to a really good vision for our community.
Thank you. During your time in office, what do you plan to do for the Plant City community?
Well, one thing I have done for the chambers that are in my district is I have hooked them up with the county to really have someone comes out to those chambers and really sits with the business people. It's like a kind of a little help sessions that we have. And I'd really like to bring that out to Plant City and kind of expand that into a more robust way. You have I love Plant City. It's such a beautiful niche of businesses and people that come together in your community. And I think we can really expand on that and really make it something very special for our community. And also, like I said, bringing more services out there. We have been, especially in the substance abuse areas, any of our social services, we need to make sure through uh, our help, our community centers we have enough available, and that people feel like they're being helped in the community.
Thank you. What are your solutions for the transportation challenges our county faces?
Well, it's been interesting. Transportation is one of those big subjects that requires a lot of input from citizens. I think one of the biggest input I've heard from citizens is that let's I need my roads fixed first, and we need to work on expanding our roads, having good networks, good transportation for citizens where they live right now. And I think that that is probably the most critical, but also plan for the future. I think bus rapid transit is something that's important. I know when I sat on Hart, I constantly advocated for bus and transit to go out to Plant City. I thought that that was very important as compared to some of the other board members that were more city centric into the city of Tampa. But you don't have a lot of connection right now into the city. I think it's very important. I'd like to go back on the Hart board. Was on there for 9 years. No, actually 8 years, and then really start to build that network again, so that people in Plant City feel connected to Brandon, to Tampa, wherever our other centers are in the community.
If elected to this new district, what would be your priority for the next 4 years?
My top priority would be getting the roads fixed. Transportation, absolutely, and then the second and most important one would be small business and job growth. They have been hurt the most during the COVID crisis, which is unfortunate. I really, I words can't express the stories I'm getting from people who have small businesses who are really suffering through this crisis. And I know the stay-at-home policies, we've had masks, we've had everything, and try to take the burden off the small business or business owner. And we did do that a couple weeks ago. But I think small business and incentives are very important now in this kind of the reassistance and rebirth stage that we're going to be in that the small businesses they are the lifeblood of our community. Over 80% of our businesses in Hillsborough County are small businesses. And I want to do everything I can to make sure during the recession, I had a really good program. It was a small business job incentive program where a small business could hire back some people. The county would give them some incentive dollars to hire back employees so that they could still work to increase their business and really get out there in the community rather than being behind the desk. trying to run it all themselves. And I think that's where we're at right now. And with the new R3 program that we have at the county with CARES Act dollars, we did bring that small business incentive program back. And so really trying to get that information out to the communities. I hope Greater Plant City Chamber of Commerce has all the information they need, and will help you any way I can to get that out in the community, but also getting people back to good paying jobs. And that's, at the end of the day, I think jobs is really the most important. People will have a good quality of life if they have good jobs.
Well, thank you so much. We have actually hit our time limit for today together.
Oh my gosh, it did. It flew by.
Yeah, but you were wrapping up, so I was just going to let you finish your thoughts. So, but that's it. That's all we have for today, and that was all 5 questions. So we got through them. I just want to thank you so much for your time, and good luck with your race.
Great. Thank you, Sophia. And anything I can do to help the people of Plant City, please let me know. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.